You've been flying for a few hours and the flight is close to ending. The plane starts descending. You feel the landing gear extend, that solid thump beneath your feet. You expect the landing, but then the engines get louder. Instead of touching down, the aircraft starts climbing again, pulling away from the runway. A few minutes later, the pilot announces that the aircraft will try the approach again.
Not suitable for us to continue to a landing, so we've carried out a go-round.
For most passengers, this feels like a small delay, an inconvenience. For the pilots, it marks a change in how the flight is managed. A go-around by itself is not a problem. Pilots train for it regularly and expect it to happen sometimes. But during landing, pilots are fully alert. Hands and eyes are constantly moving, monitoring speed, altitude, alignment, and wind. Small corrections are made quickly and precisely, because close to the ground, there is very little time to react. And then there is one more factor that makes this job even more challenging. During a go-around situation, the aircraft accelerates strongly after aborting landing. That acceleration moves fluid in the inner ear, which the brain uses to sense motion and balance. For a short moment, this can create the feeling that the aircraft is pitching up more than it really is. In daylight, visual references usually correct this quickly. At night or in clouds, those references are limited. Pilots rely mainly on their instruments instead. Now, a go-around can happen for many routine reasons. Another aircraft may still be on the runway. Air traffic control may ask the crew to reposition. The approach may become unstable because the aircraft is too fast, too high, or not aligned correctly. Sometimes the wind changes suddenly near the ground. Sometimes visibility drops at the last moment. Low clouds, rain, fog, wind shear, or sudden gusts can make the final part of the approach unsafe. When that happens, pilots are trained to abort the landing and climb away due to unsafe landing conditions. After climbing away, the aircraft does not try to land again immediately. The pilots take time to stabilize the aircraft, check their fuel, review the conditions, if required, hold in the air till weather improves, and then prepare for another attempt. Once they are lined up again and cleared to descend, they set up for the second landing attempt. If the second attempt to land is again missed because of bad weather or similar conditions and the runway isn't visible in time, at that point, the safest option is to divert to another airport. Now, that alternate airport was chosen in advance during flight planning and usually offers more stable weather or better conditions at that time. It gives the crew a predictable environment where the approach and landing are more likely to remain stable. Also, by the time a diversion is considered, some fuel has already been used, so the alternate is selected to be close enough to reach comfortably while remaining well within the aircraft's planned reserve fuel. Diverting removes pressure, lowers workload, and gives pilots back something that matters most in aviation: time and control. This is where experience and judgment quietly take over. For pilots, it isn't fear, it's choosing a safer and better approach for your safety. So when you feel an aircraft climb away from the runway instead of landing, it isn't a sign of trouble. It's a moment of judgment. A go-around isn't about delay, it's about getting everyone on the ground safely.